Abba, Voyage. Since the end of the band back in 1982, fans have been hoping and praying for some sort of reunion, whether it be to coincide with an anniversary of an album or just an anniversary of the band itself. Fans throughout the world have been waiting patiently, and now after 40 years of waiting, they have something to get their teeth into. This, a new album. Oh, this is just a piece of paper. I haven't got the album yet, but I will do. There has been much said about it in the press. They even developed a virtual concert concept surrounding the album. But is it any good? Hello and welcome to another musical back catalogue edition, but this is a special edition because obviously it's not back catalogue in this one. It's about a current album. I was going to say brand new, but it's been out a few weeks now and I haven't even got it. I'm playing with a piece of paper here, but I have listened to the whole album, so this is my full review of that album. So we're going to go through all the songs. I'm going to quite literally get you to go away and listen to them one by one as I review them, so that you can give your own opinion on it. Put in the comments below and say what you think of each song, and it might compare to mine or it might be completely different, your view, but let's, you know, interact with this one. There's been a lot of speculation on how it might sound. Will it be sort of modern? Will it be like they used to do it? Who could tell what it was going to be like? Will it be full of bad salads, or will it be rocky? Will it be completely out there amongst the rest of them? Would there be any classic songs on it, like Dancing Queen, Knowing Me, Knowing You, Mamma Mia, SOS type stuff? Would there be any songs like that to look back on in years to come and then call it a classic album in itself? So I've been listening to the tracks via YouTube and I've listened to the album now twice, so I can give you this review in its entirety and hopefully give you my insight into each track. I'm an Abba fan, so I'll be reviewing it as such, and if it is rubbish, I'll tell you that it is rubbish. So looking at the album cover, I mean, it's this. It might spark off ideas of new beginnings, new horizons, that sort of feature of it maybe. Well, a new day at the very least. I've seen other, I don't know whether it's like imports or whatever, but I've seen other album covers where they use the avatars, the virtual reality versions of them to depict the album cover in a grid of 4. This album cover doesn't depict any of the songs, really, in my opinion. Bit of a throwaway album cover really in that respect. The songs as a whole are all more or less about relationship in various ways and shapes. For the vast majority of them, the relationships in the songs are bad. There's probably one that is a type of, let's see if we can get back on it again, and there's a couple like that actually, where the relationship has gone wrong and then there's some sort of reconciliation attempt in the song. Let's get into the song. We start off with obviously the opening track, and it is called I Still Have Faith in You, and it's a bit of a power ballad. It takes a couple of minutes to get going. As I say, it's about a relationship gone wrong and they hope to save the relationship in the song. It's not your usual Abba song. It's similar to something that the lads would have put in one of their musicals. It's a good start to the album nonetheless, and it makes you sit up and start listening to it and you're wondering what the next track's going to be. So I would probably give it about a 7, a good solid 7, 7.5 I would say. Go listen to it now and then come back to me in this video. Second track, When You Danced With Me, and this is very much an Abba song. Full pelt, great stuff all round. I really like it. It's got a nostalgic feel to it. It's very familiar in its style. It's a dance around the kitchen sort of song. Very enjoyable, but it's another relationship gone wrong, but who cares? It's great to listen to. You forget about the lyrics to it really. The only disappointing side to the song is that it's not very long. so it just tends to go off quite quickly actually at the end, and you're expecting it to go on for a bit. It's got a Eurovision-y sort of entry to it. I like it a lot. Great stuff. I'll certainly give it a good solid 8 if not 9. Go listen to it, tell me what you think. Little Things, this is their Christmas single, would you believe, on the album. Don't know whether it will go to number 1 or not. Maybe, you never know. It probably is already there. I don't follow the charts, to be fair, so it might already be there. It sort of spoils the album. I mean, it's the 3rd track in, and it's just Christmas. Yeah, it's a Christmas song, and it sort of spoils it a bit, because obviously you'd skip it probably to go to the next one after Christmas. You'd only listen to it at Christmas. The only time you probably listen to it really is at Christmas, in a playlist, of compilation list of Christmas songs. But it's a nice little song, you know what I mean. I'll give it a solid 7 again. Don't Shut Me Down, this is interesting. Again, it's a very familiar sounding song, again very ABBA-y. Your hardcore fans will enjoy it, I'm sure, as I do. So the relationship in this one has gone wrong, but there's a reconciliation hoping to be fulfilled here, because the woman in the song is psyching herself up to go and knock on the door of her ex, and he opens the door, and then she starts telling him, you know, well, I don't know, let's give it another go, basically. You could say that this one is the sequel to One of Us, which was on Visitors, the last album. You could say that it sounds a bit like If It Wasn't For The Night. I would give it a solid 7 or 8 out of 10 on that one. So go and listen to that and tell me what you think. Next one is Just a Notion. This has got tones of a very early ABBA song. Again, it's a good one to dance to. Very nostalgic feel to it again. It's a bit Waterloo, a bit Why Does It Have to Be Me. Swings along very nicely, very easy to listen to, and it just bounces along. It's another classic-y sort of ABBA track. Again, solid 7 if not 8 on that one as well. Go listen to it, tell me what you think in the comments below. I Can Be That Woman. So this one's got a good storyline. As I say, the storyline helps you listen to it and gets you into it. It leaves you hanging. You don't know whether there's going to be a happy ending to it, so it's quite emotionally charged. You can tell the tension between the two sides of the couple there in the song. So as I say, it's cleverly written so that you can really listen to it and get the gist of the story. I'll give it a good 7, 7.5 for that one. You can see where this album's going with the, with the marks out of 10. Keep an Eye on Dan. Peculiar title, and it's a peculiar sort of funny little song. I think, again, it's a divorced couple. She's dropped the kids off at the dad. The dad's got to look after them, but keep an eye on Dan because he's a bit disruptive and all that. Don't let him do stuff, you know what I mean? He's a bit weird and all that. I don't know. But she's picking him up on Sunday at 7 or something, according to the lyrics, I think. But it's got an electronic sort of feel to it that I quite like, that's in there. But then, I don't know, that there's too much of it in a way, in a certain way, and it overpowers the song a little bit in places. Yeah, I'm not too sure about it, to be fair. Yeah, there's a lot of emotionally charged bits in there to do with the relationship, a lot of feeling in it. But then, very end, there is a very clever little nod to SOS. See if you can notice it right at the end of the song there, where they use a couple of bars there of SOS. Clever, nice little touch at the end. See if you can notice it. Go and listen to it now. Keep an eye on Dan. I'll give it a good solid 7. Bumblebee. This is a bit of a surprising one. Not a relationship song at all. If anything, it's a relationship between us and the planet, and it's asking, what would the world be like without bees? In fact, we wouldn't be here, would we? And it does give a nod to that, because obviously without us we wouldn't hear the humming of the bees, and of course if we don't hear the humming of the bees anyway, we're all going to be dead. So artists actually live on the planet as much as possible, you know what I mean? It's up to us to look after the planet, to keep the bees alive and all that. It's clever, it's a clever little song this. Frida has that voice for it as well, and she really puts it across very nicely. It comes out with a little bit of a Fernando feel to it. So very moving, very well written. Go listen to it now. I'll give it 8, that one. Quite like that one. No doubt about it, the next song, it's very rocky, gets you back into the album again. It's a super track. It has some nice twists and turns as you go into the chorus part. I think the ladies enjoyed singing this one very much so. It's another relationship stuff where the woman is very dominant, if you like, in the relationship. She likes to put up a fight against things and airs her views, and her views are it, and that's it. So she has a good fight about stuff. She does it instead of talking things through like you would communicate things, you know what I mean? So it's still a good song, it's a really good song. I'll give it a good 8 on that one. Go listen to it now and tell me what you think. Ode to Freedom is the last song on the album. This one's a very classical sort of nice track to end the album with. I thought it was going to be an instrumental, a bit like Arrival was an instrumental at the end of that album, but no, it's very deep lyrically. You've got to make your mind up about what it all means to you personally when you read the lyrics. So at least it's not about a bad relationship. And it ends the album on a very deep, meaningful finish to it. I'll give it a good solid 7 again. Averaging out then, to sum up the album, if they hadn't split up in 1984, well, I suppose 83, wasn't it, really, around there. If they come out with this album in 1984, then you wouldn't really notice any difference in the way the style of it all, really. And ironically, as they have done throughout their history, they always write about relationships, and considering the fact that both couples got divorced, they still write about relationships going wrong. It's really weird. Although I suppose they've got a lot of relationship to that side of things anyway, haven't they, when you really think about it. The songs work really well together. The sound of the album is very fresh. It's as if they never broke up. Completely in line with what they were doing way back in the very latter part of their career as a band. So they've moved on. They've not moved forward into different genres of music as you would expect a band to. They've stuck to what they know. They've done it really well again. The question is, will there be any classic ABBA tracks on there like Dancing Queen? I don't know. Maybe not. I think the dancier ones would probably have a go at that sort of accolade. As I say, the one that I like the most is when He Danced With Me. It's just not long enough. It's a disappointment, really. But that, if you listen to that one in particular, that is ABBA at its best, in my opinion. But it's just not long enough. So I don't know whether it'd be a classic or not. But it's definitely a thumbs up for me. I don't think any ABBA fan would be disappointed when they do listen to it. Go out and buy it. Well, I will. But of course, it's going to be a bit disappointing because if a single comes off the album, the band aren't going to be involved in the video. I've seen the video to Little Things, the Christmas one, and it's cleverly done. The kid who plays Agneta in the video at the end, when she all gets dressed up like her and all that, she's absolute dead ringer. Unbelievably like her. No, you won't be disappointed by that. But I will be buying the album and adding it to my collection. Thank you very much. So I'll wrap it up there then, guys. I hope you go out and buy it. I hope you went and listened to the tracks. I'm expecting comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one, which will be a back catalogue video, and it will be on possibly the biggest band in the world as far as I'm concerned. Bye for now.